If Tesla can't cut manufacturing costs at the factory level, the Model 2 simply doesn't happen. It's that straightforward. A cheaper Tesla isn't unlocked by marketing, incentives, or wishful pricing. It lives or dies on engineering, parts count, and how fast each car rolls off the line. And right now, Tesla is quietly rewriting those fundamentals that are structural moves to remove cost from every single vehicle. So, how much time and money can Tesla save by turning a windshield into a circuit board? Why would something as simple as a door handle affect global scalability, and could robots actually be the key to making Model 2 affordable in the first place? Now, let's start with Tesla's first big move. How can Tesla's printed glass replace wiring and cut Model 2 costs? Tesla is continuing its push to simplify vehicle manufacturing, and a newly published patent shows just how far the company is willing to go to remove parts, labor, and complexity. In a patent application released on December 4, 2025, titled Printed Circuit Glass US 2025/036801-2A1, Tesla outlined a method to streamline one of the most time-consuming steps in car assembly electrical wiring. Instead of routing traditional wire harnesses through the cabin, Tesla proposes replacing them with conductive traces printed directly onto the windshield, effectively turning the glass itself into a structural circuit board. The core breakthrough is a shift away from physical cables to screen-printed conductors. The patent describes coating the glass substrate with a conductive powder made of silver, an inorganic ceramic binder, and a liquid medium, applied in a precise pattern. Once laminated, the glass and conductor are fired at temperatures above 600 degrees Celsius, permanently bonding the silver and ceramic directly to the glass surface. Unlike conventional defroster-style traces designed with high resistance to generate heat, these new pathways are engineered for extremely low resistance, allowing efficient transmission of both power and data with minimal energy loss. One of the main applications is powering the increasingly complex sensor stack mounted at the top of the windshield. The patent specifically references supplying electricity to ADAS cameras, rain sensors, and even heating elements for the wiper's parked position, along with features like auto-dimming rearview mirrors. Because the circuits are printed directly onto the glass and can be hidden behind the black ceramic border, Tesla gains much more flexibility in sensor placement without the need to route bulky cables. That could significantly shrink the large plastic camera housing currently sitting behind the mirror, eliminating the bundle of power and data wires that normally has to be hidden there. Beyond aesthetics, the shift offers tangible reliability benefits. Traditional wiring harnesses in the headliner are a common source of rattles and vibration noises, problems that simply don't exist when the conductive paths are fused directly into the glass. Tesla's internal testing shows the silver traces maintain full integrity across a wide temperature range, from -40 degrees Celsius to +108 degrees Celsius, or -40 degrees Fahrenheit to 226 degrees Fahrenheit, and under any humidity level. Because the traces are sealed within the laminated windshield or printed on the cabin-facing surface, they're also protected from corrosion and physical damage. The bigger impact, however, is on the assembly line. Conventional wiring harnesses are loose, difficult to route, and especially hard for robots to handle, often requiring manual labor to clip and thread them through pillars and bulkheads. Tesla's approach is closer to replacing loose wires with a printed circuit board. By integrating electrical pathways into the rigid windshield, the entire unit becomes a plug-and-play structural module. A robot could install the windshield with pre-printed circuits in a single step, then connect it to the car's main power and data system using a simple spring contact or pad, eliminating the need to manually connect multiple cables. Although the design currently exists only in patent form, Tesla has already begun durability and usability testing, and the concept aligns with the company's broader push toward faster, more automated parallel production lines, similar to the unboxed manufacturing strategy planned for the Cybercab. By turning a passive component like glass into an active part of the electrical architecture, Tesla reduces part count, lowers labor requirements, and increases automation potential. The logic ties directly into the Model 2. For a lower-cost vehicle, cutting meters of wiring, reducing assembly time, shrinking parts, and enabling robots to complete installations in one motion, instead of several, isn't just a design improvement. It's a structural cost advantage. Fewer components and less manual work mean cheaper builds at scale, which is exactly the kind of manufacturing efficiency Tesla needs to hit an aggressive price target for Model 2 without sacrificing sensors, cameras, or safety features. If you've made it this far and you're enjoying this kind of practical, factory-level breakdown, consider subscribing to our channel. We're pushing toward 24,999 subscribers, and your support helps us keep making deep-dive Tesla updates like this. Now let's move on to the next change. Why is China forcing Tesla to redesign door handles? On February 3, 2026, China finalized a new national safety standard that effectively bans hidden electronic door handles, a design Tesla helped pioneer and popularize to improve aerodynamics and extend EV range. The new directive, issued by the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, MIIT, requires all passenger vehicles to be equipped with exterior door handles that include a fully mechanical opening mechanism, marking a direct regulatory shift away from the flush, electronically actuated handles used across much of Tesla's lineup. The rule is aimed squarely at safety concerns that surfaced after several serious accidents where electronic handles failed to operate following a crash or total power loss, leaving occupants trapped inside. Under the updated standard, every door except the rear hatch must have an external handle with a mechanical unlock function that works even after complete power failure or battery overheating. The regulation also specifies minimum physical dimensions to ensure the handle can be easily gripped by hand, at least 60 millimeters wide, 20 millimeters high, and 25 millimeters deep. These new mechanical and clearance requirements will apply to all newly approved models starting January 1, 2027, while already approved vehicles are granted a 2-year grace period and must comply before January 1, 2029. Tesla, however, isn't waiting for the deadline. Back in September 2025, Chief Designer Franz von Holzhausen confirmed that Tesla's design and engineering teams were already developing a redesigned handle to meet the new standards. He described what he called a really good solution, combining both electronic and manual release into a single, more intuitive control. The goal is to prevent panic scenarios where occupants or first responders struggle to locate hidden mechanical latches during emergencies, effectively simplifying the user experience while still preserving Tesla's clean exterior design language. Given that China is the world's largest EV market, Tesla is expected to prioritize these updates in the Asia-Pacific region first. That likely means redesigned door handles will appear on Model 3 and Model Y in China well ahead of the regulatory deadlines. Even though the current lineup is technically approved through 2029, moving early allows Tesla to avoid negative headlines about failing future safety standards and reduces the risk of last-minute production changes. With Model S and Model X reportedly nearing discontinuation, Tesla also has fewer legacy models to update. And since those vehicles' handles don't meet the upcoming requirements either, it raises the possibility that regulatory pressure factored into the decision not to invest further in redesigning them. While the ban currently applies only to China, similar safety-driven rules could follow in Europe and North America. From a manufacturing standpoint, it's more cost-effective for Tesla to standardize one global handle design rather than maintain separate regional variants, which means any redesign introduced for China could quickly spread across the entire fleet. And once again, the implications extend beyond Model 3 and Model Y to the upcoming Model 2. For a high-volume, lower-cost car, Tesla can't afford region-specific hardware or complex variations. Designing a compliant, Mechanically functional handle from the start helps avoid future re-engineering costs, simplifies global production, and reduces parts complexity. In practical terms, regulatory-driven redesign now means fewer surprises later, giving Model 2 a cleaner, cheaper, and more scalable platform from day one. Exactly the kind of manufacturing discipline Tesla needs to keep pricing aggressive while staying compliant worldwide. Sen. How will Optimus robots at Giga, Texas eventually build the Model 2? Just days after confirming the end of Model S and Model X production, Elon Musk clarified that the shutdown is only the beginning of a larger manufacturing shift. The former S/X lines at Fremont will be repurposed to produce Optimus Gen 3, effectively turning an aging car factory into a pilot line for humanoid robots. Musk noted on X that Fremont will undergo multiple upgrades to support higher levels of automation, serving as a stepping stone before larger-scale production moves to Austin. According to Musk during the earnings call, Optimus Gen 3 at Fremont is targeting annual output of 1 million units. But the real scale comes with Optimus Gen 4 at Giga, Texas, where production could reach 4 million units per year by the end of 2027, with long-term plans to expand to as much as 10 million units annually. Tesla is clearly splitting the rollout into two phases. Fremont handles early learning and supply chain challenges, while Texas becomes the high-volume, fully optimized factory. This move also positions Giga, Texas as the center of Tesla's autonomy and AI manufacturing future. Beyond vehicles, Austin will house key AI infrastructure like Cortex systems, Cybercab production, and now Optimus Gen 4. Fremont increasingly looks like a test bed, while Texas is where Tesla scales. The bigger picture is simple. Tesla isn't just building robots to sell, it's building robots to work. If Optimus can be produced in the millions, those same robots can eventually replace human labor on Tesla's own lines. For a high-volume, low-cost vehicle like Model 2, that matters. Fewer workers, more automation, and faster assembly directly reduce production costs. In practical terms, the robots being built today at Fremont and Texas could ultimately be the ones assembling Model 2 tomorrow, helping Tesla hit aggressive pricing without sacrificing margins. That's the end for today, so what do you think matters most? Fewer parts, simpler design, or robot-built production? If you found this breakdown useful, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive.